Hey y'all parishioners, thank you for joining us for this week's bonus episode. So in that last episode, we definitely had some drama taking place, right? I would kind of categorize that as some pretty intense drama, especially after several chapters of just getting like IKEA directions for assembling furniture and clothing.
You know, they had to like up the stakes, up the ante. I'm glad that they did.
They're like, take an acacia twig and cover it with pure gold. This shall be your Allen wrench. That is most holy to Yahweh.
And then we're gonna kill all y'all.
Oh my gosh, I really like the idea of rewriting IKEA instructions as
what God
Exodus,
might or might not have done.
Yeah, it'll be like
that.
And then take the tabletop of the desk, and it shall measure 2 cubits in length and 1 cubit in width.
Well, okay,
Oh, man.
so after we got through all that, we were commenting at the end of the episode about how, at least when I learned the story of Moses coming down and seeing the Israelites worshiping the calf and getting pissed about it, when I learned it, I realized a lot of it was influenced by the Ten Commandments version of it. And honestly, I feel like I still remember even the version that I was taught in school seeming really similar in all the details to the Ten Commandments, but I suppose memory's very faulty, so...
That's all
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
Now, Jace, you said you also didn't quite get 100% of this story?
Yeah, so like, okay, I remember the golden calf, and I remember that being a big no-no, and this was a problem and that God punished people, but somehow in my head, and I mean, maybe this is also another story that I've conflated it with, but somehow in my head, this was much later in the Bible.
Really?
And it was like King David or someone doing something about it, like way later
interesting.
on. And I definitely don't remember what stuck out to me this time. Is there a similar thing?
I think I know the story that you're confusing it with.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And it's definitely not quite an identical story, but it's a similar theme of like someone worshiping a god that is not Yahweh and Yahweh really not being happy about it.
Yeah, but I remember specifically like the golden calf. That's like a thing that gets brought up from time to time and that I remember learning about. But what really stuck out to me about this story was the fact that it had been like 40 days. It had been barely over a month. And
everyone was just like, he's gone.
Right.
Whatever.
Like, I had no concept. And also, like, the way it had always been taught to me was like, oh, well, those were like the godless people who did that, right? 'Cause that's why they deserve to die. It's sort of like othering people who you're going to kill, right? Like dehumanizing them. And that in this story, it's like, no, dude, like this was just all of the people who you've been doing all this with and doing all this for. How crazy is that? That these are the people that you're now killing or that God is killing or whatever. Like it was just, that was way different than what I remembered before.
Yeah, jeez.
Right, definitely. So, funny thing is, the Prince of Egypt, this scene is not in the Prince of Egypt.
No, it
The
like
Prince of Egypt-
stops after...
Yeah, it ends like right as Moses is getting the Ten Commandments. Like, and that's where it ends. It doesn't really go into this story. However, the Ten Commandments does. So, we're going to watch a very quick, just 2-minute clip of the scene when Moses comes down from the mountain to see what's going on with all this golden calf business.
Okay. That's like a direct quote.
Yeah.
We're gathered against you, Moses. You take too much upon yourself.
Look at it, it's Aaron.
There is no freedom without
So in the meantime,
law.
like all the Israelites have been just like partying, and, like throwing ladies around and getting drunk and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the calf. Someone's laying
Who is on
themselves
the
upon it.
Lord's side? Let him come to me.
So then here's all the chaos of people kind of trying to sort themselves out. There is a lady who's been bound to the golden calf. I think
Oh,
the
is that
assumption
what
being
that
that they were
is?
going to sacrifice her or
Dang.
something.
Oh, jeez, yeah. That's real
Yeah.
dark.
Honey, I show you
Yeah.
a god of gold.
So
This is a
a
lot
throng
of
of Israelites
screeching.
sorting themselves out.
Yeah. This is way more chaotic
For
than
this
I thought it was when you
shall
read it.
Drink bitter waters. God has set before you this day
Who's this
his
guy?
laws of
Is that-
life and good.
Who is that?
and death and evil. Those who will not live by the law shall die by the law.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa!
So Moses throws the tablets. It's a perfect shot. He throws them. They hit the golden calf and they explode very
and create
dramatically.
a chasm in the ground that the golden calf falls into and fire comes out of.
Okay, that's really
That's
intense.
wow.
So honestly,
Cecil
that was
B.
what messed me
DeMille.
up, is that like I didn't realize that it was like Israelites killing other Israelites as punishment. Like I thought that the
Yeah.
punishment was the Lord opened up a chasm in the ground and all the bad Israelites fell into that chasm and all the good ones were spared.
I'm like, where did they get off changing the story that much? Do you know what I mean?
I mean,
like,
Chase, really, you want to launch into Hollywood changing stories?
Yeah, come on, man. Come
it's
on.
but like, okay, no, I have two things here. One is like that they've changed the story so much, and that it's a story from the Bible, which a lot of people take very seriously. And then the second part is that Christians went and saw this movie and said, "Yes, this is good. This
Well,
pleases me."
Okay. I'm gonna say this. You two didn't remember all of the like minutia regarding the calf and stuff. So yes, I'm sure a lot of Christians came and listened to that and were like, "Oh yeah, that's what happened."
Yeah, but let me tell you though, what I remember growing up, whenever there was any kind of biblical-ish movie, like it was always the same thing happened, as there were always a lot of Christians who were like, "Oh my gosh, it's so great that Hollywood's like really embracing these stories. Like people really need to see these stories. It's so wonderful." And there were always some Christians that were like, "Well, they didn't get this part right. Well, they said that like Moses and such were related. Well, they used this line and that was not actually correct." Like there was always the legalist. Honestly, I think the same way that anytime there's like a film version of a book that comes out, right? There's the people who
Yeah,
are
of
the fans of the
course.
book. There's always going to be the one camp that's like, "Oh, it was great." And there's always going to be the one camp that was like, "They messed up this one particular detail and so I'm really pissed." So
Yeah.
like that's always going to happen.
For sure.
I like that you've managed to put Christians and Lord of the Rings fans and like and
Harry
like
Potter.
Harry Potter fans all in one, and like Marvel fans all in one category
Aren't
together.
they all
I
like
that.
Jesus references?
Well, when you're based on, are they all like Messiah stories?
Yes.
I mean, they could be.
Superman.
There could be some arguments, I'm sure.
That's not Marvel.
That's DC.
Okay. I got it.
Marvel, not so much. I think.
Who would be there isn't like a Messiah
Who's the
character?
Jesus of the Marvel universe?
Captain America?
No, come on. Let's be real here.
What?
We're doing a serious show here. Don't bring bullshit like that to the table.
Okay. Then
If
who?
anyone, like maybe Wolverine, the reluctant
guess-
Messiah.
Sure, like the reluctant
I'm sorry,
anti-hero.
was Jesus
Messiah.
ever reluctant? Maybe when he sang the song Gethsemane from Jesus Christ Superstar.
I love that Emily's whole like framework for Jesus is songs he's sung in musicals.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Correct. And I will continue to reference them as we go on.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. Trust me, when we get to the New Testament, there's going to be so much singing. You have no idea.
I'm so excited.
We're
I'm
gonna do
so excited.
Jesus Christ Superstar and Godspell
Yes.
and probably some other things.
Cool.
Although we didn't sing a lot of Children of Eden during Genesis, but we should have.
Damn it.
Maybe that'll be a future
Opportunity
bonus episode.
lost.
Yeah,
Opportunity
seriously.
lost.
All right. Well, thank you for parishioners for joining us for yet another edition of What Did Hollywood Do to This Bible Story?
Nothing good. Nothing
We should have
good.
a little theme song for that like mini show. of, like, what did Hollywood do?
Boom.
That's
Okay.
Mario.
All right. See you next week.
See you next week.